Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Constantinide and today I will be sharing with you my January favourites. Now the first favourite, it is my haircut. As you can see from my previous YouTube videos, I did cut my hair now really short and I do enjoy it for two reasons. Firstly, because it does give volume to my hair. My hair is really straight, so by cutting them short it gives a lot more volume. And secondly, I found that I can do, for some weird reason, I feel I can do a lot more with this when it's short. So yes, embracing the new year and the new change and all of that by cutting my hair short. And I'm not the kind of person, when I go to the hairdresser and they actually take the scissors to cut them off, I'm not the one who's going to be regretting or thinking about it twice. Every time I do that, because there and then I do cut my hair short, I feel relieved and I feel ready to embrace the change. Now let's get into my other January favourite, which has to do with books. I've got right here next to me, I've got some books that I've ordered in January and I've already started reading one of them. So I'm gonna attempt to put somewhere here the cover. Let's see if I'm going to be able to do that. And the first book will be An Inconvenient Genocide, Who Now Remembers the Armenians. So this is the book that I've already started reading. I'm halfway through. It speaks about the Armenian genocide, and it does explain in this book that it did occur, because there is currently a somehow disputes from different countries that Armenian genocide didn't happen because it was a military necessity to deal with the situation. In this book it explains that this is not the case, it is a genocide, and it goes through at that time, when it was back in 1912, as to why it was Armenian genocide then and why it is a genocide today, and dealing with, of course, accountability. Okay, this is book number one that I already start reading, and I have to tell you that despite dealing with a legal context, it is simple, it is easily digested, and even if you're not a lawyer, I feel that you will enjoy it because it will give you a lot of background information and you'll be able to understand, not just from a historical perspective but from a legal perspective, why it is genocide. Now the author of the Armenian genocide, he is a Queen Counsel and he's Geoffrey Robertson, and the next two books I will be sharing with you, it is from the same author. Now the second book I will place somewhere around here, the cover of it, it is The Case of the Pope, Vatican Accountability for Human Rights Abuse. So there is a lot of rumours, there has been a lot of publicity about the abuse that is happening in the Vatican City. I'm not going to say anything more because I want to read the book first to understand, first of all, the facts, to understand, secondly, the law that applies, and thirdly, to be able to form my own view about it. And I am indeed looking forward to read this book so I can have a better understanding. So this is The Case of the Pope, and it's the book number 2. Now book number 3, which is again from the same author, and I will place somewhere around here the cover, it is The Crimes Against Humanity. Crimes Against Humanity, it is a part of the international criminal law sphere. It is dealt by the International Criminal Court, so the International Criminal Court has jurisdiction by the Rome Statute to deal with crimes against humanity, and it is the struggle for global justice, because there are indeed some grey parts by applying international criminal law and indeed the Rome Statute that gives the International Criminal Court the jurisdiction to deal with those crimes. There are grey areas and they need to be tackled, and I'm looking forward to read this because I would like to see what his views are and what the solutions he is proposing. So I'm looking forward to read that. Now another book that I'm hoping to read this year, it is The Fighting Order for Public Action and the Struggle to Stop Genocide by Rebecca Hamilton. Again, once again, I will place the cover somewhere around here. Now the Darfur situation, Fighting for Darfur, it is a case I'm currently dealing with, so I'm representing genocide victims before the International Criminal Court. The reason why I want to read this book is because I want to understand not just the history of the country, but also the culture, so I can understand where my clients are coming from, but most importantly, why Sudan it is where it is today, and most importantly, by representing genocide victims, to be able to deliver a solution through them to the nation. And I do feel that for every time that there is a solution for a nation, it is reflective upon the global peace. So I am a true believer about that. Now moving on into my third favourite, so I'm just going to call this the book in general favourite. My third favourite, it will be this pencil case. Now, I had this for quite some time, but I did not realise how handy it is, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it is so easy to just take it around, just put it in my bag, and for some reason, every time I would go somewhere, someone would always ask for a pen, and I have here not just pen, I will have my pencils, I will have different things. I know that different people may use it for different reasons. It could be even a makeup pencil case. But I do have pens in here. So this is favourite number 3. And leading towards the end of this video, I want to share with you something that is sweet and delicious. And it is a cake recipe that my sister-in-law shared with me. I have been trying to make spongy, fluffy and light cakes for so long. I've tried so many different recipes. I've been watching here on YouTube thousands of videos, and I have been given the most beautiful recipe, and I've got it right here with me. Let me just show it to you. Ta-da! Now, okay, I got the last piece and I saved it for you. This is it. As you can see, these cakes, it's the most spongy and it is, you can't really tell from there, but I can tell you it is very delicious. It's very light and fluffy. You can have it for breakfast with your cup of coffee or your tea, or even in the afternoon, and sometimes I will cut myself a slice of it and take it with me for a snacking course. So this is definitely a recipe that I would keep very close to my heart, and I will pass it on to, perhaps even to my children, because I find it to be so simple, and she showed me some very important tricks that I would never thought of doing it. If you want me, I can share with you this recipe and another video perhaps, but this is the most spongiest and fluffiest cakes ever. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed my January favourites. If you did, please share with your friends or relatives. Give it a thumbs up to this video. If you want, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I am posting weekly videos. I hope to see you in my next video, and I wish you all the best, love, peace, and most importantly, health. Take care whatever you do. Bye bye.